Shy girl, elf, lost in books, to navigate a world that doesn't quite seem to fit me. But my life is a delicate balance of hiding and longing, and a secret I guard with everything I have. My family and I recently moved to a small town called Whispering Pines, nestled in a deep forest. My mom, Celine, said it was for a fresh start, but I knew better. She was always anxious, her eyes darting around as if expecting something to jump out at her. She constantly reminded me to stay hidden and keep your secret. Okay, back to my secret. Each night, as the moon rose, I slipped into the woods and transformed into a unicorn. It's a magnificent form with a shimmering white coat and a horn that glowed like moonlight. In the forest, under the cover of night, I was free, a creature of magic, running wild and unbound. But by day, I was Luna, the girl who avoided mirrors and hid under a hood. I was isolated, not quite fitting in with any group at school. I didn't seek out friends or companionship because getting close to anyone could have put me in danger. So I remained on the fringes, living a double life that was both exhilarating and exhausting. Then there was Jasper. He's an artist with a sketchbook perpetually in hand, always drawing and observing. There was something different about him. His eyes seemed to see beyond the surface, and he had been curiously watching me ever since I arrived. His presence was a mix of intrigue and unease for me. One day after school, he cornered me by my locker.
Hey Luna, I've noticed you always wear that hood. Is there a reason?
I shrugged, attempting to sound nonchalant. Just like it, keeps me warm. He raised an eyebrow, unconvinced.
There's something more, isn't there? You're always hiding.
I laughed nervously, trying to deflect. What about you? Always drawing? Jasper flipped open his sketchbook to reveal a detailed drawing of a unicorn. My heart skipped a beat.
The other night, while I was walking through the woods, I found these strange tracks in the snow. So I did a little research, and maybe, just maybe, there are unicorns out there.
I tried to maintain a casual demeanor, though anxiety bubbled beneath the surface. Unicorns aren't real, Jasper. He looked at me, his eyes sparkled with curiosity.
What if they are? What if there's something magical out there that we don't know about?
I forced a smile, feeling a sense of dread. Maybe. But I wouldn't worry about it. Despite my attempts to dissuade him, Jasper's curiosity didn't wane. He continued to question me, probing with a mix of genuine interest and persistence. His questions, though innocent, hit too close to the truth and made me uncomfortable. The next day, while I was walking to the local bookshop to get a new journal, I saw 3 men and 2 women exiting a large black SUV, all wearing the same black suit and tie. As I stayed hidden in the shadows, I got close enough to hear them speaking to Whispering Pines local sheriff, Marty Luca. They told him they belonged to a government agency of environmental researchers, but their high-tech gadgets and probing questions suggested otherwise. It was clear that they were searching for something, and I couldn't shake the feeling that it might be me. Later that night, I told my mom about the mysterious group of strangers that had arrived. Immediately, my mom's anxiety reached new heights. I watched as she ran to the closet and pulled down an old photo album from behind a row of hat boxes. She fluttered the pages until she stopped at an old newspaper clipping with a photo of the same people I saw earlier that day.
Luna, we have to be extra careful now. The OSS is here, and they're not what they seem.
I looked at her, confused. What do you mean? Who is the OSS? She gripped my shoulders, her voice trembling.
Office of Supernatural Sightings. They're looking for magical creatures. If they find out what you are, they'll capture you and use you for their own purposes. You must stay hidden.
But I need to go out at night. It's the only time I truly feel alive. My mom's eyes filled with tears.
I know, sweetheart, but it's too dangerous. Please, promise me you'll be careful.
I nodded, but in my heart, I knew it was a promise I may not be able to keep. The allure of the forest and the freedom it represented was too strong. That night, I snuck out as usual, but the OSS's presence was palpable. Their advanced sensors and patrols made it clear they were on the lookout for something. My heart raced as I navigated the forest. I was careful to stay out of sight, but in my panic, I accidentally left behind a few strands of my magical mane caught on a branch. The next day, Jasper found the strands while sketching in the woods. He was intrigued, examining them closely. Later, he approached me in the school hallway, holding the strands out with a mixture of curiosity and excitement.
Luna, look what I found!
He held them up to the light. They sparkled with cosmic energy.
They're different, almost magical.
I tried to dismiss his concerns with a laugh, but Jasper's gaze was unwavering. Magic? Are you sure? He nodded, his eyes serious. Then he looked deeply into my eyes, like he could see right through me.
There's something about you, Luna, and you've been acting so strange lately.
I felt a rush of anxiety. I don't know what you're talking about. Jasper's frustration was evident.
Come on, Luna, I'm not trying to pry. I just want to understand. Is there something you're hiding?
I hesitated, torn between fear and the desire to confide in someone who seemed to care. But the moment was interrupted as my mom approached and pulled me away from Jasper. What's wrong?
The OSS is intensifying their search. They set up traps in the forest. They're using tracking technology, and they're questioning the townspeople.
My mom's fear became even more apparent, urging us to leave town immediately.
Luna, it's getting too dangerous. We need to leave before it's too late.
I crossed my arms in defiance. I'm not leaving. I've been running all my life. I want to stay. Mom looked over my shoulder at Jasper.
You can't risk everything over a boy. You don't understand how serious this is, Luna.
I do understand. And Jasper is my friend. I trust him. My mom scoffed and walked away, clearly frustrated. I approached Jasper and took a deep breath, my heart pounding in my chest as I looked into his eyes. Jasper, there's something I've been hiding from you. Something I thought you could never understand. My hands twisted nervously. I took Jasper into an empty classroom so we could talk in private. I'm not like everyone else. I'm a unicorn. As the words left my lips, a soft, ethereal glow surrounded me, and a single shimmering horn slowly appeared on my forehead, illuminating the night with a radiant, magical light. I watched his face, waiting for his reaction, fearing he would turn away, but hoping beyond hope that he would stay. Jasper's face softened, and a smile slowly spread across his lips. He reached out and gently touched the glowing horn, his fingers trembling with awe.
I always knew there was something magical about you. Thank you for trusting me enough to share this.
He let out a soft laugh, his eyes bright.
You're beautiful, Luna. All of you.
In the following days, Jasper and I spent countless hours together, working on a plan to outsmart the OSS. His artistic talents became crucial. We created detailed maps and tracks to mislead them, and in the hours we spent together, the bond between us grew stronger. Jasper's presence was a source of comfort. For the first time, I felt that I wasn't alone, that there was someone who truly understood and cared for me. One afternoon, Jasper voiced a troubling thought.
What if they catch you, despite our efforts? What if they find out everything?
I took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. They want to control me, to use me for their own gain. But having you help me is everything. I've never had someone stand by me like this before. Jasper reached out and gently touched my arm.
I won't let them catch you. I'll do everything I can to keep you safe.
His words brought me a sense of relief and hope, but also a growing fear. The OSS's search was becoming more relentless, and time was running out. The night of the final confrontation arrived. The OSS's search had become more intense, with advanced tracking technology and sophisticated traps. My mom was even more frantic, and her anxiety made it difficult for her to focus. Jasper arrived with a determined expression.
We have one last chance. If we can make them believe the unicorn has left town, they'll stop searching.
We worked tirelessly through the night, setting up a series of diversions and false evidence. Jasper used his artistic skills to create elaborate fake tracks, leading the OSS in circles. I used my unicorn magic to add an extra layer of deception, making it appear as though I had been everywhere at once. The process was exhausting. We were both drained, but driven by hope and the desire to protect my secret. As dawn approached, the OSS's frustration was evident. They started to back up, convinced they were following a false trail. Jasper turned to me, his eyes filled with concern.
Are you okay?
I nodded as tears welled up in my eyes. I'm just grateful. Thank you, Jasper, for everything. He smiled, though there was a hint of sadness in his eyes.
I'd do it again, in a heartbeat. You deserve to be free.
As the OSS retreated, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't known in a long time. The weight of my secret was lighter, and I was comforted by the knowledge that I wasn't alone. Jasper had been a beacon of hope in my darkest moments. With the OSS gone, my mom's fear slowly subsided, though the threat of their return lingered in the air. As the weeks passed, the town returned to a semblance of normalcy. I continued my life as Luna during the day, but the nights were still mine. Jasper and I maintained our secret meetings, and our friendship grew deeper with each passing day. He became a confidant, someone who understood both my human and unicorn sides. Then, one evening, as we walked through the forest together, Jasper turned to me.
Luna, what do you want for the future?
I thought for a moment, the weight of my dual existence heavy on my shoulders. I want to find a place where I can be both Luna and the unicorn, a place where where I don't have to hide. Jasper smiled, his eyes shining with determination.
We'll find it together.
We continued our walk in companionable silence as the moon cast a gentle glow on the path ahead. There was still uncertainty, but there was also hope. Jasper's presence was a reminder that I wasn't alone, that there was someone who cared about me and believed in my future. In the days that followed, Jasper and I continued to navigate the challenges of keeping my secret while building a life in a small town. We shared our dreams, fears, and hopes, and our friendship deepened. Jasper's sketches were a chronicle of our journey, capturing the magic and struggles of our shared experiences. One night, as we sat together by a small stream in the forest, Jasper asked,
Luna, what's the most important thing you've learned through all of this?
I reflected on the journey, the challenges, and the moments of connection. I've learned that even in the darkest times, there's always a light. It might come from unexpected places, like a friend who believes in you, and sometimes the magic we seek is within ourselves. Jasper nodded, his gaze thoughtful.
I think you're right, and I believe that with your strength and our friendship, we can face whatever comes our way.
We sat together in the moonlight, the stream's gentle murmur, a soothing backdrop to our conversation. The future remained uncertain, but with Jasper by my side, I was ready